The last episode ended with on Marcus' gang, and the fact that Waka and Benki, also Hanma, ended up there. Takemichi met with Hina, and after that it became easier for him, and the two gangs went to the place of battle. Well, let's find out what happened next. Let's get started. It's evening, somewhere on the outskirts of the town. Rails on which there are freight trains, and now a bunch of guys gathered in the most open area. It was a meeting of two gangs, the flags of the second generation Tokyo Manga gang as well as Kanto Manga gang were proudly raised, and now the two gangs leaders met face to face. They look at each other without taking their eyes off. Mikey is heartless and Takemichi is hopeful. Chifui doesn't feel well of the fact that they have 500 Kanto Manga versus 50 of Tokyo Manga. He noticed that there's a big difference, and Takemichi thinks it's time to get used to this. They've already fought the same way before. Chifui plans to beat up 10 guys and then he'll deal with Mochi. By the look of the Mochi, it was understood that he also noticed Chifui. Hakai is going to take revenge on one guy. He just wants to kill him, and it is Haitairan. It's clear from his look that he doesn't care who gets hit on the head. Hakai is angry that he hit the Kanchika on his head once. Mitsuya addresses to him and says that this is supposedly what he should have said. That's Mitsuya must avenge himself. Takemichi addresses to Senju and wonders why those two ended up on the other side. And Senju herself is in shock from everything. She sees Waka and Benki standing there. She is also uncomfortable and wonders why they did so. Smiley notes that Hanma is also here. They see him clearly just as he sees them. Pyang is also uncomfortable. Kanto Manga gang was already strong, but now they reinforce their strength, and Pyang asks Takemichi if they have any chance of winning. Takemichi remains silent. Then Mikey turns to his guys and asks if this is the second Taswa, and he says it's not necessary. Apparently he means that there are very few supposedly Tokyo Manga, so there is no need to fight with them, but just to scare them somehow, and that's it. It can be seen from his eyes that he is now led by an anger. Sansu smiles. He understood his boss. He addresses the guys, calling them idiots, and asks didn't three deities battle decide who is the champion? Takemichi is silent. He asks them not to bring up the old gang at this moment. They are done with these kid fights. Their team made out of losers. They are obviously no match for their gang, and if they want to have memories, then let them do it elsewhere. I think he meant here that if you want to leave memories, go somewhere else. Kanto Manga gang laughs at the top of their voices at them. Takemichi said they aren't. Tosuo. Sansu didn't understand, or rather, he didn't hear. His voice so quiet that they didn't hear him. Takemichi, after a pause, says that this is all wrong. Mike is indifferent. Takemichi continues and shouts that Tosuo shouldn't be like this. Today they'll destroy the Kanto Manga and become the successors of the Tokyo Manga. He asks them to come and kill if they can. Mitsuya, Chifui, Sensu, Peiyan, Pachin, Smiley, and Spitfire, Hakai Inui, Takemichi's friend, are ready. No matter what happens, they won't give up. They'll win no matter what. Sansuzu doesn't like this outcome. Rindu and Ran don't really care who to fight with, and Hanma looks like he's up to something. Waka and Benki are serious, Mochi and Shion are ready, Kakuichi is calm, and Mikey still doesn't react to it. And Takemichi, with all his fear, went on the act with all the guys, and Mikey only answers him something like, well, let's try it. And a matter of meters remains before the collision of the two gangs. Guys, it all looks like the tennis battle. It's clear that there will be a large pool of blood of Kanto Manga gang, and Takemichi will have a large pool of tears, but still I think that someone should come, the one that we aren't really expecting, and it's hardly Taiju. In the future, Taiju opened his own restaurant, so it's unlikely that he's aware of his fight at all. Well, if no one comes, then the only option is to change Mikey with words. Speaking of Benkei and Wakasa, those guys are unlikely to go over to Takemichi. I came to this conclusion after Senju herself was shocked to see them there. Don't forget, Waka and Benki weren't good themselves before. They also led large gangs and they valued only power, and whoever has the power and charisma now, Mikey has them. Therefore, it's not surprising that they followed him. But there is a chance it's easier to convince Benki Wakasa than Mikey, since they respected Shinichiro and his spirit seems to live in Takemichi, but Takemichi is better with girls. It's very strange that Hanma doesn't say anything. Maybe he has something with his mouth? It seems that the mouth is also torn, and why would he wear a mask in battle? Therefore he is hiding something. I don't exclude the possibility that Hanma really decided to stab someone in the back. Well, you know, Hanma doesn't disdain such things. Human life is like a toy for him, and for Kisaki was like a pawn. In the end, there are a lot of questions remain. As the battle progresses, we will become clearer. That's all. Thank you for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share your thoughts in the comments below. Vision Manga was with you today. See you soon.